Hi, good morning everybody. My name is Vincent and welcome again to this 10-part series of You Are Not Alone. So, what will I be sharing with you on this 7th video? So, we all have sometimes pain in our knees, right? I hope you don't have it, but if you do, this is something that you can learn to pay attention to, right? Especially when you're going up and down the stairs. Okay, it's part of the whole process, right? You need to go up, you need to come down. Today in this video, we are specifically going to talk about how to get up the stairs with greater ease. Okay, are you ready? But before we go right into it, there's a few things you need to know about your feet. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about the foot. Okay, now talking about the foot, we need to understand a few things, which is the triangular concept, which is the up, the side, the left side or the right side, and they need to function together like a triangle. So I'm going to talk about triangles in our feet here. Okay, so if you can see me, okay, what we are going to do here is the big toe, the small toe, and the heel. So which makes a triangle, a rather long one. Okay, so there's the width, which is separated by the big metatarsal and the small metatarsal. This is where you feel the bones, okay? So you have the big toe, small toe, you have the big metatarsal, small metatarsal, and then you have the heel, okay? So most of the time, we don't step on the floor very well. We are either, in this manner or in this manner. So what's happening here is, this is called a pronation of the foot, okay? A pronation. Now, when you supine, a supination of the foot, which means that you are actually getting your foot right to the side, okay? So which means to say it's neither balanced this way or that way. So what you really want to do here is have an understanding that the weight needs to be equally distributed according to the triangle. Okay, so the big toe must be down, the big metatarsal of course, and the small toe, which is the furthest point, and the small metatarsal and the heel. Okay, from the furthest point to the other furthest point, and then drawing back to the heel and back down again. So it looks like this, boom, 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 and draw it back up. So you see a triangle. Ta-da! Okay, so what are we going to talk about for triangle? If the weight is not well placed, some of you might complain that you have flat feet for the longest time, and flat feet is you probably don't walk too long or you can't run too long because it's very tiring because the arch is not supporting your movement. So how do we get the arch to come off the floor? So today I'm going to teach you a secret you probably haven't done in your physical education schooling, okay? But today I will share it with you. So if you want to increase the arch of your feet organically, naturally, remember a few things you can do. So first, when you are exercising, take some moments to understand your feet. So from here, you see you can pick up the toes. As you pick up the toes, you want to do a few things here. Check whether your big metatarsal is down, followed by the small metatarsal, and then the heel. Okay, so you got to feel that 3-point contact even while you are sitting. Yes, even while you are sitting, because you do not have weight on your feet yet. Okay, so it's safe. So you are learning to reprogram the brain so that you remember this sensation. Okay, now let's move on. After you felt the big metatarsal and the small metatarsal on the floor together with the heels, now you can replace the 5 toes down into the floor. Okay, now as you replace them down onto the floor, what's going to happen is this. You will feel a sudden lift in the arch. Okay, I'll show you in another angle. So one more time again. So if you have flat feet like this, you're probably pronated, right? And probably the outer side, okay, the lateral side of your feet is lifted off the floor. So what do you need to do? You need to tell it to come down, okay? So you can do a little love here, right? Just a few strokes, feel tender love and care, just to encourage the outside foot to be grounded. Now following that, you will see that the arch is perhaps not so high, right? Now one way to do that and change that is to bring the toes away from the floor, and now replace the small toe down replace the big toe, right, with the big metatarsal, sorry, and then the heels. Okay, I'm going to say that again. It's the big metatarsal, the small metatarsal, right, has to be on the floor when the toes are picked up. Okay, now together with the heel. So you should feel a triangular feeling, a shape. Big metatarsal, small metatarsal, and the heel. Okay, now that you felt the 3-point contact, replace the toes down to the floor. Woo! And what do you know? If at the side profile, you would have seen that the arch has lifted way so much more. Now, this is the foundation of standing. We're not even talking about walking yet. The foundation of a good stance is when you have good architectural support. And where is this architectural support coming from? Your anatomy, yeah, your musculoskeletal structure, this whole thing. Okay, and they work as a system. So do not just think of it as parts, okay? So that's number one. So now you've probably seen that the arch is lifted. We're going to talk about how you transfer weight from heel, okay, here, to the center, to the ball, to the toe, okay? So this is propulsion. How do you propulse yourself from the back heel all the way to the big toe? Now, for those who are having injuries from long-term running, right? Or whether going to a park, you know, and you feel like, I got to walk, but I have knee pain, right? Or I have ankle pain. This is something that you can look into. Even for those who have long-term back pain and you do a lot of walking around, you might want to tune into this root of the problem. Why root? Because the feet is the first thing that contacts with the floor to support your entire weight. Without which, guess what happens? Yes, you probably guessed it. You don't have a good support, you don't have a good base. So today we're going to talk about how to transit, okay, from the heel all the way to the toe. Okay, without further ado, I will show you the side profile of it, okay, while sitting still. So this is what's going to happen, okay? You see the heel and all the way to the toe. And then from where we are, we're just going to pick up the heel. Bravo. Now, a lot of people sprain their ankle because when they pick up the heel, they... Yeah, this is a trouble here. This is a problem here. When you allow your foot, okay, in ballet terms, we actually call it circling foot, right? Now, but here, from a layman term, you basically just want to remember if your toe and your ankle and your knee is not in a straight line, when you are pushing off and you are putting the weight on the small toe, this is where problems come in. I'm going to say that again. This is where problem comes in because your weight is not equally distributed. Under the big toe, there's this bone called the sesamoid bone, okay? And that is the bone which is really hard and it helps support you. It gives you additional, right, support, and it is a very hard bone that can take the impact of your entire body weight. Now, this bone does not exist in the other toes. Just in case you didn't know, now you are informed. Okay, so when you have that, what's going to happen is this. You transit from the heel, right? And then that's where the heel will lift off, okay? When the heel starts lifting off, guess what happens? You will lift everything in the center up, right? And then you will transit to the big metatarsal and then the toe, okay? You see this? Okay, this will be easier if I do it standing, okay? So later on, I'll show you a few movements while I stand, and you can shoot. Yeah, you can look at this video and actually pause it and do it a few times on your own, okay? So this is how we transit, and then all the way to the toe, and it will continue again, okay? From heel, ball, toe, heel, ball, toe, heel, ball, toe, heel, ball, toe. So far, so good? For those who are sprinters, sometimes you don't land the heels down into the floor. You go toe, right? And then you sprint. Basically, you're pretty much on your tiptoe all the time. And what happens is your calf tends to tense up. When the calf is tense, then you get a series of other problems, okay? So, you know, you probably heard of things like plantar fasciitis, right? You've heard it from your physio. So what is really important here is to understand what are we educating ourselves every time when we are running. Probably you don't, you just run, right? You don't think about how you are doing. And that marks the difference between being mindful versus being not mindful, okay? So something you can learn to become more aware of. Okay, now I will go into a stance, or a stand, and I'll show you what it means. So, With the 3-point contact, the heel arrives to the floor, okay, then followed by the metatarsal, okay, then followed by the toe. Okay, so now you are planted firmly into the floor. So now you are stabilized. So as you are shifting weight onto that leg, remember to push the foot down and send the spine up. Good. Now why do we do that? Because if we don't do that, okay, our whole body cannot stretch very, very well, right? And this means we will have an issue. So what issues will we be facing? Okay, so you see, this whole idea of having the upper body lengthening upwards and the feet planting downwards creates space in between the joints. So if you visualize this is like a joint, I've used a slinky to show you, right? We are creating space, and when there is space within the joints, guess what? The soft tissues are happy. If the soft tissues aren't happy, then there's a lot of compression, plus you are jamming yourself down all the time. Now this is something you do not want to do to yourself repeatedly. Okay, good. Now, so I'm going to show this to you again. As you are planting the heel, the ball, and the toes down, okay, you are shifting your weight. Really plant down, really send the whole spine long from the crown, okay? And this marks a elongation in the entire body. And if you do that, you are naturally on better balance than anyone else. Because why? You are on your leg. Guess what? How wonderful. Good. Now, how do we transit? Okay, so I'm going to show you the transition, side profile, okay, and front profile too. Boom. So I have my weight on the back foot now. I want to take my weight forward. Okay, as I take my weight forward, I need to shift from heel to ball to toe, and I continue to shift. This is very central. I get it to the front foot. As I'm doing that, do not forget that the back toe, this we'll be talking a lot more in video 8, that the back toe has to push off the floor, and that this is where you will feel the heel, the big metatarsal, and the big toe. Okay, so now you will have a change of the shape of the triangle. Now this is where I'll show you something very important, right? If you observe that we are having a big, the apex of the triangle, right, at the heel to begin with, okay, which is here, boom, boom, and here, okay. Now, when we are on the toes, okay, we are landing here. That means the big metatarsal, the second metatarsal, and the big toe becomes the triangle. That's your tripod. Like every camera, right? If you want it to stand on its own, you need a tripod. Same thing with your bodies. Triangles are very, very important. So from where we are, ping, all the way down to here, okay? So the apex was actually at the bottom, okay? But when you shift the weight to the toes, the angle changes. So it's from here all the way to the big toe, okay? You see that? Ding and ding. Okay, this is what you can do for yourself. Okay, very, very important. Now, are you guys ready? So we're going to take that idea and the concept to stand. Okay, as while we are standing, okay, we are parallel, 10 toes to the front, weight on 2 legs, on 6 points of your feet. Which 6 points, you may ask? 3 points on each side, big toe, small toe, and the heel. Right? Make sure that the big metatarsal and the small metatarsal are on the floor. Okay, so you are standing on that leg, you're going to push down, you're going to send the whole spine up, and then you're going to shift your weight from the back foot to heel, to ball, to toe, and make sure you are pushing off. And this whole concept repeats itself, whether to the right or to the left. Okay? And okay, everyone, you got that? I'll show you in this angle so I can see you straight up. Alrighty, so we're gonna walk. Observe that there's a lateral shift in my body because I have 2 legs, right? Aren't we glad we have 2 legs and we don't have a million legs like a millipede? Okay, so we're gonna shift all the way, boom. Now check that you are on the big metatarsal, big toe, and the second metatarsal on the back foot. So now you need to push down into the floor and elongate your spine. Good job. As you're elongating your spine, send the crown up so that the spine has space also in between. Everything is working as a system. okay? A concept of systemic integration, integrating the systems. Now, boom, check. And shift, yeah, it's almost feeling like you're going front and side, which is a diagonal feeling, okay? And make sure you feel the back big metatarsal. So you can also do this reverse and forward a few times so that you get the hang of this connection, okay? You can also replace the other foot in front and shift big metatarsal there. Now once you do this, guess what? You allow yourself to do a lot more things because you are more aware. And you don't need to spend time to always seek treatment for your knees and back or neck because they're all connected. So learn how to stand, learn how to move, okay, from one leg to the other. This is called walking. Yes, walking, okay? And then from walking, this is where the gist comes in. We're going to be talking about how to climb the stairs, okay? And you see there's so much groundwork that we need to do. Yes, there are a lot of things we need to learn because we didn't have a walking coach to begin with when we were born, did we? Okay, and that's why, you know, with the personality and all that, we have a lot of things that is coming for us or with us. So it depends on whether, you know, it's good stuff, right? Or whether it is pain. We don't really want pain or tension. Okay, so now that you have this concept, do practice that, okay? And I will show you on the actual ground. Are you ready? If you're ready, let's go. Hello everyone. So it's very important to learn how to shift your weight, right? Like how we apply that to walking as we have learned earlier on. We need to transit from where we are to where we want to be. So this is a very important step to make, right? And this means we are traveling in our sagittal dimension, the front and back dimension. So if you look at this model here, what is really important here, if you look at the blue panels, right? It's the front and this is the back. We are going front and back, okay? Front and back. Alrighty. So, however, climbing the stairs is not just a front and back movement. It's also an up and down because we need to push down to go up. So if you look at this blue panel again, you see this corner. If this is your center, you are actually sending yourself in the diagonal. So it goes from the center and it goes forward and up. Forward and up. So you gotta feel, gotta have a sense of the forehead going forward and up. So I will do a little demonstration for you and you experienced it for yourself when you try it on later. So we are on two legs. We shift our weight front and back. So we need to feel the grounding. Okay, this is the shifting part. Now the next part is once you ground, you have to push down, okay? Because after shifting, you felt your weight. The next thing is you got to push away. But do not just push down because then it doesn't work. Because if your weight is fully, still on the back leg, when you push down, you may end up falling backwards. So this is not a good thing. What you want to do here is you want to send yourself forward and up so you get to the next level. Okay, and of course your hands can always be on the railing to support you. Okay, so I'm going to do that again. Same thing with the other leg. If you are stepping up with the left, so from here you're going to shift forward and up. Okay, this is what you will be doing. Okay, so that will give you more space in the knee joint as you lengthen your spine. And same thing, you can do it here, boom, and here. Et voila. Okay, you're going to come back down again. Same concept, same idea. You're going to shift your weight. Okay, so you're going to step and you're going to shift. Feel that. Okay, a few moments you can try this shifting so you know that you are on that leg. Okay, so if you are not feeling so well already at the knee, what you need to do is you need to elevate yourself even more. So which means to say you need to focus in the length of your spine. Now the lengthening of your spine is as important as we always talk about this in the videos, right? So we want to be able to remember up with the head, down with the feet, okay? So what is up with the head and down with the feet? Okay, up with the head and down with the feet. Okay, then shift. Up with the head and down with the feet. Shift. Up with the head and down with the feet. So pay attention to the space, okay? Means the general space that you want to go into. Okay, so far so good everyone. If you have the ability now, okay, to stand up, find the stairs, then you can use the video and work together. If not, I suggest you learn this at your own pace. Yeah, make sure that it is safe, you know what you are doing, and then you move on and apply. Because if you're on the stairs and you're looking at a video, this is not so somatic. Somatic work means you really got to tune into your body without any distraction from anything. So it should be from you. Okay, so everyone, now you have learned the whole concept of moving forward, right? And also moving up. So you're going forward, you're going up. Now the next important thing to also know that what supports you is the rotation of the spine. Okay, so when the right foot is stepping forward and stepping down and you are going forward and up, remember that the opposite shoulder comes in together. So I know there are many parts to be thinking about. As a start, it usually feels like that. But as you are going through more of this exercise on your own, you will find that it gets easier. And this is what practice is about. Okay, practice, like I said just in a few videos, it's not just about practice, it's also about good practice. Okay, so we build that on every single time we do what we do. So we're going to try this together. Okay, so as you're stepping forward, okay, you are also stepping up. Okay, now what will help you is you have forward up with the rotation of the body, and step up with the rotation of the body, step up with the rotation of the body. And this will help you stabilize on that leg as you lengthen your spine and push down on your foot. Alrighty, so if you feel good, continue, right, to follow in the coming videos, because there's so many things I love to share with you on how to improve your sense of well-being, right, by regaining what you have lost, through ignorance. Maybe, oh, I didn't know it should be done this way. It's okay, you can always learn again, and that means you can learn to rehab your body, okay, and then you can restore what is rightfully yours. Okay, so in this 10-part series, I would want to share everything I have with you, and go into a practice, okay, a good one of course, so that you can pick this up and embody it and make it yours, because it is a gift to you already. Hi everyone, so welcome back. Okay, so we have been through quite a journey in this video, haven't we? Learning about the 3-point contact, okay, as well as how to transit from the heel all the way to the toes, and then using it, applying it to going up the stairs. Okay, so this marks the end of the video, and of course coming on next on the 8th video, we'll show you in greater detail on how to walk down the stairs with greater ease. Now some people who have issues going up the stairs and they feel the knee problem, some people have when they come down. Now this is contributed by the difference in the way you walk. So if you want to know, you want to find out more about how to get down the stairs without knee pain, please follow me in the next video. Meanwhile, I wish you a very great day walking to the places where you love. Take good care everyone. I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.